Did you know the odds of winning the actual, like, literal lottery? Like, you buy a lottery ticket and you hope and pray that the odds of you winning the actual lottery are 1 in 300 million. 300 million. But the interesting part about the actual lottery is that people will buy a ticket. They'll buy a ticket to get in the game in the hopes of having that, Cinderella story moment where, like, out of, all the people, despite the crazy, ridiculous odds of 1 in 300 million, like, they were the one that won the lottery. And when you hear those stories, it even inspires you more to buy a ticket. But you can't win the actual lottery unless you buy an actual ticket. And a lot of times people will joke like, oh, when I win the lottery, then I'll be able to live a wealthy life. And so should you buy a ticket for the actual lottery? It doesn't hurt if that's what feels good to you. But the thing that I want to talk about today is the philosophy of you can't win the actual lottery if you don't buy an actual ticket. And the online space can feel like the lottery. But the exciting part about the lottery of the online space is the odds are way better than 1 in 300 million. And so the exciting part about this is you can actually manufacture you winning the lottery by starting and building and scaling an online business. And not all online businesses are created equal. I have gone first and vetted all the different options, and we're going to be talking about those options more and more and more because there's lots of shiny objects online. And so as the CEO of the Wealthy Mama movement, one big thing that I wanted to do is really take a stance, kind of like the Whole Foods mentality of when you walk into a Whole Foods, that those items, those food products, whatever is in their store had to go through a rigorous scanning process to be Whole Foods approved. And so I'm actually taking there's something on the road that looks very weird and kind of sexual. I wish I could show you, but that probably wouldn't be safe. But there are these big, giant metal rods. That's very interesting. Anyways, so the Wealthy Mama movement is like the Whole Foods of the online space because I have spent my own money going through the process of all these shiny objects and really, is it hot or not? Is it worth your time or not? Does it have validity? Does it have, that lottery manufacture potential? And so, I'm just so genuinely excited to share those hot or not items because it will save you a boatload of time. And then walking into Whole Foods, wow, this truly is legitimate. And so I owe it to myself to manufacture my own lottery moment. But I will be honest with you. You've got to be in the game because if you don't buy a ticket to the lottery, so say I say, oh my gosh, this is it. Buy a ticket to this lottery and this will be this could change your life. You still have to do the work. That is the biggest thing that I see is you see these, Cinderella stories, these lottery moments from people on the online space, and they're so inspiring. And the thing that people forget is that they put in a lot of fucking work. A lot of work. So they didn't just buy a ticket, they had to back it up and manufacture them winning the actual lottery by doing the work. And so, we're all about ease, flow, fun at the Wealthy Mama movement, but that's not to be confused that there isn't work involved, because there is. The goal, though, is that we're working smarter, not harder. The goal, though, is that we're being really strategic, that we're working on your mindset, that we are honing in on your marketing, that we're really, understanding like what your goals and your priorities are, and therefore what are your roadblocks, and knocking those roadblocks down. But like, you can absolutely manufacture your own lottery moment. Like, you absolutely can. And the more you believe that and you back that up with the work involved, it's just a matter of time. Like, your odds of winning your own manufactured lottery are way, 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 way more likely than you winning the literal lottery. And so you've got to be willing to bet on yourself. You've got to buy a ticket to your own lottery, and you've got to learn and earn and keep putting in the work, keep wanting to be better, and focus. Like, that is the big thing that I see too often is people are like, it's not working, I suck, and then they hop to the next thing. There's a huge difference between tweaking and modifying than there is to like hop, 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 hop. Hopping means like you're pretty much starting from ground zero, which I always say, like, get that out of your system as quickly as you can, but just know that no matter what you pick, there is work involved, and there is some like patience involved. And I've talked about patience before, and if you find yourself getting really impatient, then we've got to get more persistent. When you are super persistent, you can speed up the process, because it's not just like, oh, I buy a ticket to the lottery and I'm going to wait and see if I win. It's, no, let's keep putting in the work. Let's keep getting better. And when we are way, 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 way more persistent than maybe somebody that's just like dabbling, you will speed up the process. So like, I think instead of being patient, it's being persistent. Like, because most people aren't patient because we live in such a fast-paced, instant gratification world that like being patient is not really like, we're not trained to be patient. And so it is harder to be patient. So what a better narrative for you is being persistent. So I have vetted the easiest, fastest way to start, build, and scale an online business. And I'm really, really excited to talk about it more and more and more, to help you understand the benefits of it, to understand what it can do for you, to support you with this really exciting opportunity. It literally like feels so good. And I feel so honored to be able to help other women see the potential and then go for it. And to know that it's like so easy and so simple. And like, I've even found myself, because for 17 years I have worked my ass off, and mama's been a little tired. And so I've had to really step into, that ease, flow, fun is so key. And so I found myself being like, okay, this is really easy. This is really fun. That's a good thing. Like, I've had to really regulate myself around that. And I think with this opportunity, that will be the biggest barrier for people to wrap their head around, of like, it actually can be easy, and it actually can be fun, and it can actually go pretty quickly when you're persistent. Wow. Okay, cool. Let's go. So I'm really, really excited to educate you on that and share that with you and support you with it. So if you want to learn more, just let me know. I am very excited. But the big goal for today was to like get you in the mindset of like, I'm ready. I am ready for more. I'm ready to buy a lottery ticket to my own lottery. And when it's a lottery of one, like, and like there's infinite amount of money to win, like, the odds are stacked in your favor. So why wouldn't you play the lottery? Like, you'd be silly not to. Like, if the actual literal lottery was in the millions and the odds of you winning were like 1-to-1, like, meaning like you were going to guarantee to win, you'd be like, this would be silly not for me to buy a ticket. So the odds for the literal lottery are 1 in 3 million, or 300 million, 300. We get people know the odds are crazy for the little lottery, but yet they play the lottery all day long. They like cross their fingers, hope and pray that they'll win. I want you to bet on yourself. Like, the more we can bet on you, the better. So, super, super excited. We're going to be sharing all the details of not just only this opportunity, but so many more, because that was my promise to you. That is my promise to you. And to answer all your questions and know that, like, you know, when I put my stamp on something, it means something, and it's a big deal. And I would much rather use my own money to do that, and then you can be like, okay, like, just like Whole Foods, like, this is legit. I'm going to buy a ticket to the lottery. Like, I'm going to buy a ticket to the lottery and know that I've got to be persistent and do the work. But the beautiful part about the Wealthy Mama movement is you're not alone. Like, once you buy your ticket to the lottery, you're here and we're here and we do this together. And I'm really excited about that. Like, today alone, I have a 2-hour session with all of my clients, and we're working through things together, and all of that energy and camaraderie really does make a world of a difference. So why not you? Like, let's stop pretending that, like, you can't do this, and let's be real and be like, you know what? I owe it to myself to try. Like, I owe it to myself to give it my best shot. Like, and I'm talking your best fucking shot, not just like, oh, I'm going to dip my toe in and I'm going to try. I'm like, no, if you really want to create your wealthiest, happiest, healthiest, sexiest life, you've got to like raise your standards. Like, I hope you can see more and more every single day. I am raising my fucking standards more and more and more and more in every way that I possibly can. And I'm expecting more of myself, and not from this shame perspective, but from this, like, you know what? If it's to be, it's up to fucking me. I know what I'm capable of. I know my potential. I know why I want to do what I'm doing. I want to be able to give more. I want to invest more in my health and fitness. I want to be able to, you know, do more giveaways with my audience. Like, the things that make me truly happy, I want to do more of. And guess what? Money is a vehicle to do that. And I know that I'm capable of creating more money. And so when I am not raising my standards, I feel out of alignment. Like, I feel out of alignment. And so I am raising my standards, and I want to surround myself with other women that are like, you know what, Nellie, I want to do the same. And I want us to inspire each other to be like, okay, she's raising her standards, I'm going to raise my standards. And this doesn't mean that you're perfect. This doesn't mean that you're putting in 80 hours a week, but it's the energy, your essence of how you're coming to each day. And so I'm going to keep being here, but I hope that you'll join me, because we're having a lot of fun. And we're making more and more money. So why not you? Why not now? Buy your ticket. Let me know that you're buying your ticket to your own lottery, and let's make this happen. All right. I get to go drop off my baby and buy my ticket for the day to the lottery. I'm in such fuck it mode, and it feels incredible. So I hope that you'll join me.